SR93 Boxing, I'm back with a quick video. You see the title. Gonna explain why Kell Brook is the reason why the fight hasn't happened. You see, you can say that Kell Brook has the IPF world title. You can say all this shit about Kell Brook, and Amir Khan's been knocked out many times, but let's get into it. And you know what? Don't comment until you watch the whole video, because I don't think many people made a video like this about this topic. So I'm gonna start way early in the past because the past is relevant to this. When Amir Khan was fighting decent level, top level oppositions actually, with a world title, which he won at 22 against Andre Kotelnik, I believe, who Americans might go and say, oh, he's not all that, but he beat Devon Alexander. He just got robbed. He also beat Maidana. So as he was fighting these guys and got the title at the age of 22, Kell Brook was fighting guys like Ernie Smith with the starting record of 50 wins and 80 losses. He kept rematching him till the third time, where Ernie Smith had about 60 wins and 90 plus losses. So, that says a lot. Kell Brook really hasn't done much at the time, or overall in his boxing career, he hasn't done much. He hasn't done shit. Kell Brook is like the guy. Imagine you just put yourself in the Amir Khan's shoe, right? You're taking all these chances. Kell Brook isn't taking shit. Would you want him to be in the same position in the boxing career as you? Hell no, not if they don't take chances. Well, in that case, what's the point of you taking chances? You'd be thinking to yourself, oh, what the fuck? What's the point of me taking chances then? What's the point of me going through all this punishment if all I had to do was be like him and fight bums? Right? Kell Brook it's like imagine you're in the company and you work hard, you got your degree or whatnot, you had experience, you had some you made decisions. Say you're in charge of risky projects, and a lot of times you've been successful and a few times you have not been successful, but either way, you produce results, you've done a lot. Kell Brook is the guy who's never taken any risks, who's never actually had that much experience. Like, he suddenly used to work in a corner shop. That's like fighting bums. So while you were working in a company getting experience in a decent position, then you got promoted. Kell Brook was working in a corner shop, or probably selling weed, or I don't know, that's the equivalent, right? And then Kell Brook all of a sudden applies to this company. Within a month, he gets promoted to the same position as you. Knowing that he hasn't taken any chances, he hasn't taken any risk, he hasn't shown anything about him. He is probably living off the one little thing he's done great is beating Sean Porter. That's like, oh, the one little thing he's done great is give the boss a cup of coffee. And now he's promoted to the same position as you. You think, what the fuck? He don't deserve to be there. It's the same thing. I've been following Kell Brook look, you could say, oh, past is past. Let's look at now. No. Because most of people be following Kell Brook since he beat Sean Porter a little bit before. I've been following Kell Brook 2008. So, it gets to a point where it's tiring because he's been doing the same shit. Now let's get into more why it's Kell Brook's fault. Kell Brook was calling out Amir Khan at 140. Sorry, Kell Brook was calling out Amir Khan when Amir Khan was at 140 and Kell Brook was at 147. People have been saying that, oh, Kell Brook's been calling out Amir Khan since 2012. Been a long time. No, fuck you. Fuck you. Kell Brook's been calling out Amir Khan when Amir Khan was at 140 and Kell Brook was at 147. That's crazy, knowing that 147 was a pretty stacked division even at that time. Kell Brook could have called many different fighters at 147. But no, the only legit fighter that he would call out, actually the only fighter he pretty much called out is Amir Khan. And he's not even in the same weight division. He's in the weight division below him. That's how you know Kell Brook doesn't want any fighter, any challenge. He just wants a big payday. And that's it. And he's asking for a payday from Amir Khan, who he's been disrespecting. He's still disrespecting on a continuous level, knowing that you're at 140. Kell Brook's still calling you out when Kell Brook doesn't want to fight anyone in his own weight division. You know that Kell Brook's up on some bullshit. You know that guy's up on some bullshit. Why help him? Why give him a payday? Kell Brook's been talking shit about Karma. Brooke was, see, like, Kell Brook talk about, oh, Amir Kardashian, even to this day, when your name sounds more like Kelly Brook, and your thing is your real name is not even Kell Brook. Kell Brook, I mean, we call him Kell Brook. His real name is Ezekiel Brook. I don't know, Ezekiel Brook, okay? Ezekiel Brook or whatever. His name, he turned it to Kell Brook, which is very similar to Kelly Brook. Meanwhile, you're calling Amir Kardashian. Kim Kardashian was suspected of being a victim of crime in Europe, and Kell Brook wasn't too far off from that, is he? He's been stabbed in the UK and stabbed in Spain, which I don't wish that on anyone, but goddamn, like, you sound more like Kardashian than Amir Khan does. Amir Khan was about to get his Range Rover robbed. What happened? Him and his brother knocked him out, right? What happened with you when you got victim of crime? When you become a victim of crime, you got stabbed. And again, anyone can get stabbed. I don't wish anything on anyone, but man, stop talking shit about Amir Khan like that. When you got more dirt on you that people can talk shit about. The best fighter you fought was Sean Porter, and you won by a hairline, and that's the way you got your title, right? You fought bums in your career. Look at Kell Brook's boxing record, him in the ring, when it comes to the achievements in the ring, and him outside the ring. You can make fun of that. You can make fun of his resume. You can make fun of his best win, which was a close win, and he was just hugging the fuck out of his opponent. You can make fun of him outside the ring as well. I mean, look, there's a lot of dirt on Kell Brook's past, like his personal life, and I don't want to get into people's personal life, but like, you have to look at Amir Khan's position. Amir Khan knows that Kell Brook, he's been on some gay shit for real, and I'm literally saying this. Kell Brook, if you don't know, he's been on some gay shit before. He's been using a lot of drugs to help aid him with that gay shit as well. That poppers, it's called poppers for sure. I don't know what the real thing is. Ecstasy, I don't know. And Kell Brook, he's been on that coke, and Amir Khan's making a lot of tweets on that before, but he kind of quieted down. He didn't want to make him relevant. He knows Kell Brook's full of shit. Just keep him. I mean, Amir Khan did that because Kell Brook was talking shit about him. That's the reason why he said it. And Kell Brook still kept talking shit about him, knowing that Amir Khan, like, Team Khan actually went out to say, we can prove, shut the fuck up, or we're just gonna prove that you're gay. And Kell Brook still kept talking shit because they know they won't do that. If Team Khan does that, Team Khan will get more hate for obvious reasons. Then, why are you dealing with people's personal life? Why are you getting too personal? Knowing that Kell Brook's just calling Amir Khan, Amir Kardashian, and all this shit, and Kell Brook's got more shit on his resume, more shit on his personal life, more shit everywhere on him for people to talk shit about, and yet he talks shit about others. Why give him a payday? Why give him a fucking payday? Constantly disrespecting Khan when he hasn't done shit, man. He hasn't done shit. You wouldn't fight him. You wouldn't, if you're in this position, you know for a fact he wouldn't fight him. Because Kell Brook knows that he's going to try get the money, try feed his drug addiction, try get those gay sex that he's been looking for. And yeah, just get payday, man. Just get fucking paid. He just cares. That's why he fought Golovkin. That's exactly why he fought Golovkin. You can say Amir Khan did the same thing, but keep in mind, Amir Khan was taking chances. Fighting fighters that, if he lost to, would have been detrimental for his career. He went to Washington and fight Lamont Peterson. What the fuck was Kell Brook doing at the time? And Amir Khan was the A side at the time. He had the titles. Lamont Peterson was just a mandatory fighter. Where was Kell Brook at? What sort of chances was he taking? So why would you give him the same platform where you can get the same fame, same recognition, same opportunity? You don't give this guy anything. Still, look, Kell Brook for the title kept it hostage, right? And still fighting bums. Still fighting bums. He fought Golovkin, but he's going to go back and fighting bums if he cannot get Amir Khan. And if he can avoid the Errol Spence fight somehow, some way. And they've been looking at doing that. Now, You could say it doesn't matter. Kell Brook and Amir Khan. Kell Brook is still a talented fighter. He has a title, and Amir Khan should fight him. Why is he not fighting him? And this is a good question. See, Kell Brook will not fight another top fighter unless he really has to. Look what happened with Diego Chavez and Kell Brook. Look what happened with Jesse Vargas and Kell Brook. Look what happened with Brandon Rios and Kell Brook, Timothy Bradley and Kell Brook, and very early on with Maidana and Kell Brook. Look at all this shit. Especially the Diego Chavez. That fight is suddenly void. So that shows. I mean, Kell Brook went to Golovkin to fight Payday. I just explained why. Kell Brook has been looking good against top fighter. He looked quite good against Sean Porter, against Golovkin, but he's not gonna gain a lot of wins if he keeps fighting top fighters, and he knows that. And because why he knows that? Why do I know that? A person like Kell Brook doesn't seem to aspire a lot of confidence. All he does is fight bums. He can never get a big fight with anyone. You can say this is promoter's fault and all that, but fuck that. If you're in the game for being 10 years, and the only good fighter you fought is Golovkin and Sean Porter, you could put Senchenko in there, but you shouldn't. But either way, if that's all you fought, then you realize there might be something wrong with your team and you might need to change shit. But again, you still with them. You know for a fact that that's how you like it. Look, Anthony Joshua and Klitschko fight is official. Well, how come your fight can't be official with Diego Chavez? It's because of you. It might not be because of Eddie Hearn. And Amir Khan knows that. Amir Khan knows that. There's a point that, nowadays you can fight bombs, you can market it yourself, but there gets to a point, especially if you have a title, if you're not doing anything legit, like fighting decent oppositions, the fans are going to get fed up. Really fed up of you. And, you would either still try and market yourself, go around it, in which case you'll be more irrelevant and be relevant in the UK, but irrelevant in the boxing world on the whole, globally. So Amir Khan knows that Kell Brook will rot away, be irrelevant slowly as he's doing what he's doing. He keeps himself relevant in two ways: mentioning his name with Amir Khan and getting hold of that title. If Amir Khan fights Kell Brook will get a lot of recognition that he will never get in many different fights, because Kell Brook will not fight Danny Garcia. He will not fight Keith Thurman. He knows he won't be making that type of money because those guys are not going to come to the UK. And he doesn't sell anything in the UK because he hasn't fought he hasn't sold anything in the US because he hasn't fought much in the US either. So, you look at all that. Khan doesn't need Brook. Khan doesn't even want Brook for those reasons. It's not because he's scared of him. Especially not Khan. And, I guess they've been offering some decent deal behind the scenes. Kell Brook doesn't want to fight Amir Khan after Amir Khan fights Danny Garcia, because should he win, and there's a good chance Amir Khan might win that fight, the winner of Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, which I think Danny Garcia will win, but even if Thurman wins, whoever wins will have a lot of hype on them, and they will have two titles, especially the WBC. If Khan gets the WBC, even the WBC on its own, for a fact that Kell Brook will have no power in the negotiations. That 60-40 that he was talking about, which he knows he doesn't deserve, he won't be able to get nothing. And plus, he will have the WBO title. He will be one of these top fighters, either Garcia or Thurman, and he will have so much. Kell Brook will not even get that 60-40 that he thinks he deserves, or actually he knows that he doesn't deserve. 70-30 is what he kind of really deserves now, but either way, at that time, he probably get 80-20 or 90-10, or the fight might not even happen. Kell Brook's banking on Amir Khan before getting Amir Khan, then Danny Garcia and Keith Thurman gets to fight him. And Kell Brook was talking, see, like before the Canelo fight, why Kell Brook fight hasn't happened. Kell Brook was asking for 60-40, and I think he got something like 80-20. Now, it doesn't matter. Like, this is the same reason why Triple G Canelo fight hasn't happened, because Triple G priced himself out. 60-40. What the fuck? Kell Brook's biggest payday was 400,000, I believe. Or, like, at best, it was 400,000. I think it was like 200,000 with the tax and everything. Without, like, you take away the tax. So, either way, he hasn't made, like, this is before the Golovkin fight, right? So, when he offered Amir Khan those offer, before the Canelo fight, he was asking for way too much money for what he's earned and for what he's done and for his name. Kell Brook wouldn't accept the offer that he was given, and apparently it was 20 where he got 20% of the money. That's crazy, because 20% of the money would mean 1.7, like close to 2 million. Let's say 1.7. 1.7 compared to 400,000. You tell me what's bigger. Will you tell me how much bigger that is? That's more than 4 times the money you're gonna make. And even 2-3 times the money. Let's say 1.5, yeah? 2 to 3 times the money that you make. Or actually 3 to 4 times. Either way, it doesn't matter. You're making more than twice the amount of money that you ever made before. Why would you? It doesn't matter how much he's making. You haven't done shit in your career. Take that payday. If you're really about that, take that payday. You haven't got any good name on your resume, and Amir Khan's willing to fight you with the 80-20 split. It's going to give you the biggest payday of your life. You're going to get a big name on your resume if you beat him. You got the title on the line as well. You're going to defend your title against a former world champion. But you didn't do that because you know you're full of shit. So looking at all that, Kell Brook hasn't taken chances. Why give him a payday? Kell Brook wouldn't take no chances unless he is Amir Khan, because Amir Khan's a big name. He wants that big payday. Why else has he not fought any top level oppositions in his own weight class? Why has he not fought someone that, if he loses to, can be detrimental for his career? And Amir Khan knows if he just leaves him alone and let him do what he's doing, all this bum hype bullshit that he's doing, he's gonna rot and fade away. All Khan has to do is focus on some other shit, fight top level oppositions, other people from his weight class, and just focus on that. Kell Brook will fade away. You don't want to give this guy a payday, because this guy, even if he loses, will be happy. He'll be feeding his grief for the payday. Everyone wants a payday, but does Kell Brook really deserve it? Be honest with yourself. Does Kell Brook really deserve it? That's really all I have to say. Kell Brook hasn't really done shit, and this is the reason why I think Kell Brook is. And also, the title is what keeps him relevant. If Amir Khan knows if he fights his mandatory and loses the title, he'll be irrelevant. He'll be gone in the wind like a little fart, gone, dusted. So, Amir Khan is just gonna leave him alone, and because he hasn't got any. You can lose your title, but you still be relevant with your resume, with your fights that you had. But Kell Brook will not be relevant. He hasn't got that many good fights on his resume at all. He hasn't had the title, defended it against that many good level oppositions. He hasn't done much, and he's just gonna fade away. And he talks shit. Why do him a favor? You fight him, even if you beat him, you do him a favor. That's all I have to say. And if you don't think you're doing him a favor, even if you beat him, why is he fighting Golovkin? All of a sudden, this guy's never taking a chance in his life, and all of a sudden he's gonna fight Golovkin. Fuck out of here. I'm SR93 Boxing. I'm out. Let me know what you think. Hate on me if you want. Like it if you want. Do share the video. Yeah, man. Let me know what you think on the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm SR93 Boxing. I'm out.